Good morning to all the students. Yesterday or the last lecture we have covered syllabus. Also we have studied definition of robot or industrial robot. Again now I will start unit 1, that is introduction to robotics, its syllabus, history and fundamentals of industrial robots, definition as per ISO and IFR, technology evolution, components of industrial robots, configuration, typical specifications, current market scenario, collaborative robots, service robots, AGVs, classification, navigation, techniques, applications, mobile robots, classification, wheeled and tracked robots, autonomous navigation and control methods and applications, humanoid robots, biomimetics. Therefore, this is the syllabus of first chapter. Now, definitions of robots as per International Standard Organization and International Federation of Robotics (IFR). Industrial robots. Industrial robot is an automatically controlled, reprogrammable, multi-purpose manipulator programmable in three or more axes, which can be either fixed in place or mobile for use in industrial automation applications. This is the definition as per ISO and IFR. Now, whatever different terms used in the robot definition, we will see its meaning. First is reprogrammable, designed so that is robot is designed so that programmed motions or auxiliary functions can be changed without physical alteration, without without physical alteration, multi-purpose, capable of being adapted to a different application with physical alteration. Physical alteration. Alteration of the mechanical system. The mechanical system does not include storage media, read only memories, etc. And axis, direction used to specify the robot motion in a linear or rotary mode. Therefore, these are the different terms used in robot definition. That is, it is reprogrammable. Reprogrammable means what? It can be programmed any number of times. That is, robot can be programmed for any number of times to do the different functions or to do the different operations. Then multi-purpose. Multi-purpose means what? You will find robot application everywhere. Welding, assembly, or in service robot, in collaborative robot, biomimetics, humanoid robot. Means these are the different applications of the robot. That's why robot can be used for different purposes. That's why it is multi-purpose. Then physical alteration. You can do different alterations in robot. That is in the mechanical system. Then axis. There are different axes in the robot. That is X, Y, and Z. We are going to see during classification of robot. Different configurations of robots are there. At that time, this axis will come into picture. Now, see these service robots. This robot is there. It is used to water the plant. Service robot is a robot that performs useful tasks for humans or equipment, including industrial automation applications. Service robots, you will find it in medical industrials, that is in big hospitals. these robots are used. That's why it is known as service. Service robots means to serve. The robot which is used to serve. Service robots you will also find in restaurants. That video I am going to show you, that Asimo robot Honda company has developed. In Japan, robots are used in place of waiters in the restaurants or in the hotels. Now this is autonomous cleaning. See that this is robot. It is cleaning this pathway or this space is there. See that this robot is used to serve this patient. This robot is taking out the book from this drawer and it is going to give to this person. This robot is used in hospital. Now, main reasons for investing in robots. Why robots are used in industry or in big hospitals or maybe in hotels, in restaurants. Therefore, increase the flexibility to quickly adapt and respond to changes. Then next, improve the resilience to deal with production peaks and withstand systemic shocks such as COVID-19. Energy and resource efficiency through optimized performance. Improved productivity and support for manufacturing employees. That is, improving quality of work, complying with health and safety rules. Reducing operating or capital costs. Improving product quality. Save space in high value manufacturing areas. Therefore, these are the main reasons for investing in robots. Now, history of industrial robots and technology evolution. This we will study today. What is the history of robots? That is, in which year first robot has been installed, and what is the today's condition? See, this website is there. This I am going to open. See that this International Federation of Robotics, this website is there. In that you will find out this robot history. Now I will start up to 2011, means the last robot, or today also many research and developments are going on that to develop different kinds of robots, but this is the in general history. I will start from this bottom so that you will understand it better. Now you just see development of the first industrial robot by George Devol and Joseph Engelberger in 1959. See this picture. This is the robot which is used to lift these bars. See that it weighed 2 tons and was controlled by a program on a magnetic drum. They used hydraulic actuators and were programmed in joint coordinates. That is, the angles of the various joints were stored during a teaching phase and replayed in operation. They were accurate to within 1 divided by 10,000 of an inch. Therefore, you have to remember that the first industrial robot was installed in 1959 and the inventor was or inventor were George Devol and Joseph Engelberger. This is the first industrial robot installed in the world, that is in 1959. Then after 1959, in 1961, Unimation Unimation means it is the company of robotic. Installed the first industrial robot at General Motors in 1961. Therefore, the world's first industrial robot was used on a production line at the General Motor Transdet plant in Trenton, NJ. Trenton means it is in England, which made door and window handles, gear shift knobs, light fixtures, and other hardware for automotive interiors. Obeying step by step commands stored on a magnetic drum, the Unimate robot's 4,000-pound arm sequenced and stacked hot pieces of die-cast metal. The robot cost was US dollar 65,000 to make, but Unimation sold it for US dollar 18,000. Therefore, this is the Unimation company of robotics, which is made today. Also, this company is there in the robotics field in Pune. You just remember that Pari Robotics company is there in Maharashtra, in Pune, which is manufacturing the robots. Pari, Pari. Now this is 1961. Now 1962. The first cylindrical robot, the Versatron from AMF. AMF, it is a company that is American Machine and Foundry. They have installed this cylindrical robot in 1962. What is a cylindrical robot? During classification, I will give you more explanation. Therefore, six Versatron robots were installed by American Machine Foundry at the Ford factory in Canton, USA. It was named the Versatron from the words versatile transfer. From the words versatile transfer means Versatron. Therefore, this is the cylindrical robot which was installed in 1962. Then the first industrial robot in Europe in 1967. The first industrial robot in Europe, or Unimate, again this company is there, Unimate, was installed at Metallverken, Uppsland, Fasby, Sweden. Therefore, this is the first industrial robot in Europe. It was installed by Unimate in 1967. Now next, in 1968, the octopus-like tentacle arm was developed by Marvin Minsky in 1968. The octopus-like tentacle arm was developed by Marvin Minsky. Again, we will see here. See this YouTube video. Sorry, this browser, it is not opening. I will again check it. बस काय. ह्याला जावं. एक मिनिट एक मिनिट. कॉपी. आता बरोबर आहे. Okay, now we will see this tentacle arm. See this tentacle arm. आवाज येतोय का? Okay, now this is the tentacle arm. Now in 1969, General Motors installed the first spot welding robots. अरे कितना 1 minute. Okay. In 1969, General Motors installed the first spot welding robots at its Lordstown assembly plant. See that these assembly robots are there. Again, this Unimation or Unimate company is there. They have manufactured these robots. The Unimation robots boosted productivity and allowed more than 90% of bodybuilding operations to be automated versus only 20% to 40% at traditional plants where welding was a manual, dirty, and dangerous task dominated by large jigs and fixtures. Now we'll see its animation or video. Okay, this General Motors Sentinel is their manufacturing innovation, that how they progressed up to the welding, up to the robots use during assembly line that they have shown here. Now you just see here in the robots vision and computers during 1960s, General Motor was one of the first manufacturers to make widespread use of robots and computers in the plant floor. That is, during the 1960s, this General Motor has used robots for their manufacturing operations. Therefore, this is nothing but information. Now next is robot vision for mobile robot guidance is demonstrated at the Stanford Research Institute in 1969. Now see here, this robot is there. Robot vision for mobile robot guidance is demonstrated at the Stanford Research Institute. Again, we'll see its source. This is the robot. Vision system is included in the robot. Okay, this page is not opening. We'll go to next robot. Tralfa, Norway offers the first commercial painting robot. See that this robot is used in painting for painting operation. In 1969, the robots were developed for in-house use in 1967 to spray paint wheelbarrows during a Norwegian labor shortage. Therefore, robots is used for painting operations. See that this how robots are used for painting operation. It is there. I think it is taking time. We'll go to next. Let it be. Again, Unimate robots enter Japanese markets in 1969. Again, this Unimation company is there. If you will observe carefully here on this robot, Unimate is written. Unimation signs a licensing agreement with Kawasaki Heavy Industries to manufacture and market Unimate robots for the Asian market. Kawasaki regarded the development and production of labor saving machines and systems as an important mission and became Japan's pioneer in the industrial robot field. In 1969, the company succeeded in developing the Kawasaki Unimate 2000, the first industrial robot ever produced in Japan. We'll see its source. We'll see whether it is opening or not. Again, this Kawasaki company is there. If you will see the website global.kawasaki.com, see that it is Kawasaki companies there. On this, they have given their different mobility, energy, industrial equipment, leisure, corporate information. You have to visit such companies' websites also, and you have to read the information on that website so that you will understand what is the aim or what is the turnover of company, which products they are manufacturing, like this. Then Hitachi Japan developed the world's first vision-based fully automatic intelligent robot that assembles objects from plan drawings in 1969. The robot could build blocks based on information created from a direct visual image of assembly plan drawings. Now, first production line with hydraulic actuated robots at Daimler-Benz in Sinfingen in 1971. For Daimler-Benz, KUKA builds Europe's first welding transfer line with robots in 1971. Therefore, this KUKA means this is the company of robotics which manufactures the different types of robots. Again, this page is not available. Then again in 1971, the Japanese Robot Association, it is known as JIRA, later now it is known as JARA, was established. This was the first national robot association. The Japan Robot Association was formed in 1971 as the Industrial Robot Consortium, a voluntary organization. The consortium was recognized into the Japan Industrial Robot Association, that is JIRA, in 1972, and the association was formally incorporated in 1973. Therefore, this we will see its source. Page is not opening. Let it be. Now, robot production lines installed in Europe in 1972. If you will see here, these are the assembly robots which are used for car manufacturing. Fiat in Italy and Nissan in Japan installed production lines of spot welding robots. That is, robots are used for spot welding operations. The next, first robot to have 6 electromechanically driven axes in 1973. It is developed by KUKA. KUKA moves from using Unimate robots to developing their own robots. Their robot, the Famulus, was the first robot to have 6 electromechanically driven axes. See that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this at the base it is 6. Now In USA, that is in 1973. These companies there, Shineman started production of Vicarm or Stanford Arm at Vicarm Inc. USA. Inc. means this corporation is there or industry is there. The Stanford arm was a robotic arm that performed small parts assembly using feedback from touch and pressure sensors. Professor Shinman, the developer of the Stanford arm, formed Vicarm Inc. to market a version of the arm for industrial applications. The new arm was controlled by a mini computer. Then again, Hitachi Japan developed the automatic bolting robot for concrete pile and pole industry in 1973. Therefore, this robot was the first industrial robot with dynamic vision sensors for moving objects. It recognized the bolts on a mold while it is moving and fastened or loosened the bolts in synchronization with the mold motion. Then in 1974, the first mini computer controlled industrial robot comes to market. The first commercially available mini computer controlled industrial robot was developed by Richard Horn by Cincinnati Millacron Corporation. The robot was called the T3, the Tomorrow Tool. T3 means the Tomorrow Tool. The first arc welding robots go to work in Japan in 1974. In Japan, Kawasaki built on the Unimate design to create an arc welding robot used to fabricate their motorcycle frames. They also developed a touch and force sensing capabilities in their high T hand robot, enabling the robot to guide pins into holes at a rate of 1 second per pin. Now, next, the first fully electric microprocessor controlled industrial robot, IRB6, from Asia in 1974. With anthropometric design, its arm movement mimicked that of a human arm. Mimic means copy. With a payload of 6 kg and 5 axes. The S1 controller was the first to use a Intel 8-bit microprocessor. The memory capacity was 16 kilobyte. The controller had 16 digital input output and was programmed through 16 keys and a 4 digital LED displays. The first model IRB6 was developed in 1972 up to 1973 on assignment by the Asia CEO Kurt Nicolin and was shown for the first time at the end of August in 1973. It was acquired by Magnussons in Gnarp to wax and polish stainless steel tubes bent at 90-degree angles. Then again, in 1974, Hitachi Japan developed the first precision insertion control robot, high T hand expert. In 1974, this robot had a flexible wrist mechanism and a force feedback control system. Therefore, it could insert mechanical parts with a clearance of about 10 micron. Now next, the Olivetti Sigma, a Cartesian coordinate robot, is one of the first used in assembly applications in 1975. The Olivetti Sigma robot was used in Italy for assembly operations with two hands. Again in 1975, ABB, again this is the third company. Up till now we have seen Unimate. This is the fourth company of robotics. Unimate first of all we have seen, then Kuka, then Kawasaki company is there for manufacturing the robot. Then this ABB is the fourth company which manufactures the robot. ABB developed an industrial robot with a payload of 60 kg. Payload means what? The maximum weight the robot can lift. This met the demand of the automotive industry for more payload, more flexibility. The robot called the IRB 60 means it carries 60 kg payload, was first developed to Saab in Sweden for welding car bodies. Then again, Hitachi Japan developed the first sensor-based arc welding robot, Mr. Arrows, in 1975. Therefore, the robot is equipped with microprocessors and gap sensors to correct arc welding path by detecting precise location of workpieces. Then again, now robots in space. You are knowing whatever this our ISRO organization is there. They have built this Chandrayaan. That Chandrayaan, that was nothing but robot only. Therefore, robots in space, it was first used in 1976. Robot arms are used on Viking. Viking means what? One and two space probes. Okay, let it be. Now, in 1977, Hitachi Japan developed an assembly cell to assemble vacuum cleaners with 8 TV cameras and 2 robot arms. Then again, in 1978, programmable universal machine for assembly, that is Puma, was developed by Unimation slash Vicarm USA with support from General Motors. General Motors had concluded that 90% of all parts handled during assembly weighed 5 pounds or less. The Puma was adapted to General Motors specifications for a small parts handling line robot that maintained the same space intrusion of a human operator. Then again, in 1978, Hiroshi Makino, University of Yamanashi, Japan, developed the SCARA robot. This is the most advanced robot, SCARA robot, selective compliance assembly robot arm. By virtue of the SCARA's parallel axis joint layout, the arm is slightly compliant in the XY direction but rigid in the Z direction. Hence the term selective compliant. This is advantageous for many types of assembly operations, that is, inserting a round pin in a round hole without binding. The second attribute of the SCARA is the jointed two-link arm layout similar to our human arms. Hence, the often used term articulated. This feature allows the arm to extend into confined areas and then retract or fold up out of the way. This is advantageous for transferring parts from one cell to another or for loading unloading process stations that are enclosed. In 1981, SCARA robots were launched by Sankyo Siki, Japan and Hirata, Japan. Therefore, this is the SCARA robot which is developed in 1978 and it is launched in 1978. Now, first six-axis robot with own control system, that is RE-15 by Ries Oben, Obernburg, Germany in 1979. Now again in 1979, Nachi Japan developed the first motor-driven robots. Motor means AC motor and DC motor or servo motors. Means AC motor, DC motor and servo motors are used to drive the robot nowadays. The spot welding robots ushered in a new era of electric driven robots, replacing the previous era of hydraulic drive. That is in 1979 only. These electric drive robots were used. Now, first use of machine vision in 1980 at the University of Rhode Island, USA, a bin picking robotics system demonstrated the picking of parts in random orientation and positions out of a bin. Now in 1981, GM installed GM is General Motor Concite, a machine vision system. The first production implementation of the General Motors Concite vision system at the St. Catharines, Ontario foundry is successfully sorting up to six different castings at up to 1,400 an hour from a belt conveyor using three industrial robots in a harsh manufacturing environment. Now again in 1981, Power Systems USA introduced its first industrial gantry robot. Gantry means crane, remember. Gantry means crane. Gantry robots provided a much larger range of motion than pedestal robots. Pedestal robots means what? The robots which works on the ground. Now this gantry robot means it is a crane type robot and could replace several robots. IBM develops a programming language for robotics, AML, in 1982. AML means a manufacturing language. A powerful, easily used programming language was developed by IBM USA specifically for robotic applications. Using an IBM personal computer, manufacturing engineers could quickly and easily create application programs. Now in 1983, flexible automated assembly lines, Westinghouse issues a research report on APAs or adaptable programming assembly systems, a pilot project for using robots in a more flexible automated assembly line environment. The approach uses machine vision in the positioning, orienting, and inspection of the component parts. Now, Adapt USA introduced the Adapt 1 first direct drive SCARA robot in 1984. Electric drive motors connected directly to the arms, eliminating the need for intermediate gear or chain system. The simplicity of the mechanism made Adapt 1 robots very robust in continuous industrial automation applications while maintaining high accuracy. Now ABB, again this company is there. Sweden produced the fastest assembly robot IRB 1000 in 1984. It was equipped with a vertical arm, a short hanging pendulum robot. The robot could work quickly across a large area without the need to traverse. It was as much as 50% faster than conventional arm robots. Wittmann, Austria introduced the CAN bus control for robots in 1992. In practical terms, these features can add up to faster operations for robot work cells, which is why Wittmann Robot and Automation System Inc. of Torrington Con adopted Canvas for its CNC robots 18 months ago. Sales manager Ken Hayes explains that Wittmann's previous CNC controller, which used a single microprocessor for all robot and peripheral functions, had to perform various subroutines sequentially, potentially interrupting the operation of the robot. Canvas, by contrast, handles data locally. The robot itself, its pendant, stackers, and other downstream equipment all process data in their own microprocessors. Only then goes a master controller coordinate all those efforts. In Wittmann's Canvas, CNC controls all the robot programs and related subroutines run simultaneously on the different microprocessors. The result, he says, is a speedier work cell. Again, ABB Sweden launched an open control system S4 in 1992. The S4 controller was designed to improve two areas of critical importance to the user: the man machine interface and the robot's technical performance. Again in 1992, Demarex, Switzerland sold its first Delta robot packaging application to Roland. The first application was a landmark installation of six robots loading pretzels into blister trays. It was based on the Delta robot developed by Raymond Clavel, Federal Institute of Technology, Lausanne. Now again in 1994, Motoman introduced the first robot control system, which provided the synchronized control of two robots. MRC, that is Motoman robot control system, also made it possible to edit robot jobs from an ordinary PC. MRC offered the ability to control up to 21 axes. It could also synchronize the motions of two robots. We'll finish this, then we'll end this lecture. Then KUKA, this company is there. Germany launched the first PC-based robot control system in 1996. It was possible for the first time to move robots in real time using a 6D mouse on an operator control device. This teach pendant featured a Windows user interface for control and programming tasks. Then again in 1998, Reese Robotics launches the 5 robot control generation Robo T-Star V with one of the shortest interpolation cycle times for robot controls. Reese Robotics launches the 5 robot control generation Robot T-Star V with one of the shortest interpolation cycle times for robot. Again, ABB Sweden developed the Flex Picker, the fastest picking robot based on the Delta robot developed by Raymond Clavel, Federal Institute of Technology, Lausanne. Then again in 1998, Goodale, Switzerland launched the RoboLoop system, the only curved track gantry and transfer system. Again in 1999, first remote diagnosis for robots via internet by KUKA, Germany. Robot diagnosis. Then again in 1999, Reese introduces integrated laser beam guiding within the robot arm. Then robots go to Mars. See that this Mars or Mangalyaan in 2003. Mars Exploration Rover mission is an ongoing robotic space mission involving two rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, exploring the planet Mars. It began in 2003 with the sending of the two rovers to explore the Martian surface and geology. Mars means Mangalyaan. Now, RoboCoaster, the first entertainment robot based on an articulated robot by KUKA, Germany. KUKA is the first robot manufacturer to bring people and robots into close contact in the RoboCoaster. The robot whirls passengers around in the air, an extraordinary entertainment ride for amusement parks and events. Motoman Japan introduced the improved robot control system, which provided the synchronized control of four robots up to 38 axes in 2004. Again in 2006, Comau, Italy introduced the first wireless teach pendant. Again in 2006, KUKA, Germany presents the first lightweight robot. Lightweight means its payload capacity is up to 7 kg or up to 16 kg. Then Motoman Japan launched a human-sized single-armed and dual-armed robot with all of the supply cables hidden in the robot arm in 2006. Then Motoman Japan launched the super speed arc welding robots, which reduces cycle times by 15%, the fastest welding robots in existence in 2007. Then again, KUKA Germany launched the first range robot and heavy duty robot with a payload of 1000 kg in 2007. See that this payload 1000 kg means it can carry a load up to 1000 kg. Then with the first systems realized in 2006, Reese Robotics became market leader for photovoltaic module production lines in 2007. Again, Fanuc, Japan launched a new heavy-duty robot with a payload of almost 1,200 kg in 2008. Then, Yasakawa Motoman, Japan introduces control system to sync up to 8 robots in 2009. ABB Sweden launched the smallest multi-purpose industrial robot IRB-120 in 2009, and it can handle a payload of 3 kg to up to 3 kg, the smallest industrial robot. Now, KUKA launches a new series of shelf-mounted robots with a new controller KRC4 in 2010. And now, today, this humanoid robot in space, Robonaut, launches up to the International Space Station. R2 is the first humanoid robot in space. Initially, R2 was deployed on a fixed pedestal inside the ISS. Next steps include a leg for climbing through the corridors of the space station, upgrades for R2 to go outside into the vacuum of space. Therefore, this is the history of robot. Now let me note down your numbers. Please wait. Then we'll stop. Don't leave the lecture. 8, 11,
मी तसं चालतं की
झालं 45, 47, 57,
काय लॉगआउट करू इथं का माझं टाकी CODME @ME09 09.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll stop here.